Hi, this is Jude Barry, and I'm here with my friend and colleague John Shulman of VoterPros, and we're doing video tutorials on a variety of matters that candidates ask us about as they run for office, from local office to statewide office to national office. Today we're going to talk about endorsements, John, and I want to ask you first, do they really matter?
They can, and they can matter a lot. It really depends on how well you are known as a candidate. So the less you are known, the more important an endorsement will matter. And that means an endorsement from people who are well known and who have positions and or support candidates that are popular in your respective district. So if you aren't known at all, it's really valuable to have significant, well-known people who are liked and respected endorsing you.
Okay, so how many elected officials do you really need? Let's assume most of the candidates who are using our site, who are a lot of first-time candidates, or other people, do they really need elected officials? Is that who you recommend they get?
It really depends on the message, Jude. I think that if you're running to change the system, having a lot of institutional elected officials' endorsements doesn't really feed into your message. If you're somebody who's running against the status quo, I'd rather have a very large list of grassroots activists who want to, really change the system. So it really depends on your circumstance.
No, I think you're absolutely right about that. And it's something people forget is that community leaders are really important. People just assume elected officials are the key in an endorsement list. And that's not true, especially like you said, if you're running against City Hall or against Congress or against the establishment. So that's, I think, an excellent point. So let's talk about visually how you depict an endorsement list. What do you like to do? Do you like to do a list of names or do you like to do photos?
I like to do both. I think that images are very powerful, which is why direct mail is such an important tool for any candidate running. You have the opportunity to say, literally, a picture is worth 1,000 words. You can have an image, and if it's somebody that has endorsed you, who's very well recognized and is very powerful message attached to his name, I think that works really well. If you have a lot of folks who are just regular folks, sometimes pictures are great along with a quote or a testimonial, but long lists are great also. It sort of suggests that there's something happening with this candidate. A lot of people are for them, and maybe I ought to get on board.
Yeah, I think one of the mistakes a lot of direct mail consultants and candidates make with a long list is they don't explain what it means. They don't break it up, community leaders, elected officials, or really what it means to have all that support. They just think an impressive list is either going to intimidate the opposition or impress voters enough that they just vote for you automatically. But you really do have to have a message, which is, as you said, the importance of direct mail and the difference direct mail has with a lot of other media that you can spend your money on.
That's right.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Best endorsements, worst endorsements. What do you tell people?
Best endorsements are going to be people that are well known and well liked. The worst endorsements are people who are well known and not liked. So it's really simple in that respect. If you are a Democrat and you're trying to impress Democrats, having a lot of Republicans on your list probably not a good idea. On the other hand,
I would agree.
on the other hand, if you're running in a nonpartisan race where neither being a Democrat or Republican is important, you're trying to be an independent person who really is going to focus on solving problems and not being part of partisan solutions, then having both Democrats and Republicans shows some variety. It shows that you're willing to work with people on both sides to get problems solved.
Okay, so here's what I tell people. You tell me if you agree or disagree. If you can get people like firefighters and nurses and teachers, that's terrific because they're really popular in the community, and stay away from convicted felons.
I think that's good advice, Jude. I do think public safety endorsements are always going to be important, no matter where you are in the country. It's a fundamental thing that voters expect from government is to keep them safe. Also, endorsements from veterans associations, from nurses associations. There are a lot of folks who work in America who, sometimes unions are, respected, sometimes not so much. So understand your constituents, understand what they care about. I think general rule is public safety is great. some circumstances, there are certain endorsements that are better.
Great. Okay. Thanks, John. And we'll be talking to you soon.
Sounds good. Thank you.